How can we improve our test scores and bring us up at least to the state average?
I'm not sure what the answer is. It's one of the reasons I'm running. Like I said, there's something wrong with education. You know, for years, she was a school board member. You know, her policies could probably be one of the reasons that our test scores have been so low. I don't know that.
Well, you gotta have you should have some ideas. This is an important question that needs to be answered, and you need to be able to answer it and have some ideas anyway.
One of my ideas is that maybe the teachers should be allowed to teach.
Wait a minute, Carl, I'll let him finish.
They're just teaching. They're just teaching to teach a test. What if they were able to teach? If you could just teach math, math teacher could just teach their math, and English teacher could just teach English, and etc. Then if they can just teach the subject they're supposed to, maybe that's what will bring our test scores up. Because it seems to me that they're no longer being allowed to teach the product. They're now teaching to teach a test. And that's part of the problem. All the pressure is, like for instance this week, task test. My son had to take a reading task test, 4 hours. The next day, you know what they did? They took a pre-test for the math test. He's not learning anything. So how is a teacher, so it's hard for a teacher to be held accountable. How are they going to be held accountable where they can't even teach a subject when it's trying to teach a test? If you could step back and just let them teach the subject, go back to the way, that's how I grew up. I remember taking a few tests here and there growing up. I think it was a TOS test. They didn't teach us anything about these TOS tests. They just taught us the subject. As soon as we got a test, everybody just took our test and that was it. I don't know why it worked back then. I don't know why it can't work today.
That our district has problems, and I think we kind of operate under an illusion that we're on the right track, we're going the right direction, we're doing the right thing, and in truth and fact, we've got problems. When the superintendent spoke to him, he indicated that out of the 60 districts in the district that have our population and have the same 26,000, we're 59. Of districts that have the same number of ethnic students, and I don't really, it's not ethnic, it's low income. That's what you use. It's low income really, because that's people that don't have all the privileges that upper middle class have. We're like 34th. So no, we're nothing to cheer about. My opinion as to how you handle that is from the very first, I remember when I was first on the board, and I remember my first retreat where we did go to a place where, to a conference where they were presenting programs about other favorable schools. And at that time, there was a school district that was doing great, had more low-income students than we did, and they were doing great. And they were doing great from a program that had initiated from their teachers. They had gone to their teachers that were successful, and they had found out what they were doing, and they were using those teachers to teach other teachers. And I said at the time, I said, let's do this. This is great. Why aren't we doing this? And I said that for a long time, and we never did that. If you think you're going to get on the school board and that one vote is going to change the way we do things, you're not. You're not going to, you have to work within the parameters of what you get to decide and what you get to choose. What I think works is, and I will be honest, there is nothing that creates a successful student except a good teacher. That's the thing that does it. You give them good books, you give them good curriculum, you make your teachers good. If you have good teachers, you have good results.
And involved parents.
Right, but you can't. But see, the problem is you can't always get involved parents. We're not always going to have involved parents. What you have to have is teachers that can give to students, even if their parents are not helping, because we can't make involved parents. We can try, we can encourage, we can hope, we can make it easy for parents to participate. But those children that I dealt with that were abused and neglected, there weren't any parents. Those parents weren't feeding them. They certainly weren't going to be up at school. So you've got to have a good teacher. And we have the tools now. I mean, we can look at results, and we can look at the teachers we can look at the students that are in their classroom, we can look at the results they get, not 1 year, but 3 years, 5 years, or whatever. We can look at what successful teachers are doing, and we can try to implement that. And that's what I think we should do. I think we should implement and look at what our successful teachers do, and give them incentives for doing that. Pay them more, give lead teachers, do all sorts of things, but to do it at the teacher level.